Hello everyone, welcome to Daily Current Affairs series. Today we will discuss about 10th July current affairs. Myself Sunny Sandeep. Welcome to my channel Gear Up for Group 1 exam. Let us discuss the current affairs. The first one, India Global Week 2020. We are seeing that cases are increasing day by day in India. COVID-19 cases are reached up to more than 7 lakhs. Due to that COVID-19, our economic condition is in worst condition or in a slowdown condition. For that, Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji launched India Global Week. That is, the theme is Be the Revival, India and a Better New World. Be a part of most influential conference on India's globalization in this post-COVID world. Here it is a global business 2020 that is conducted by UK, United Kingdom. In that meeting, Modi ji is telling that Indians have the spirit to achieve what is believed to be impossible. No wonder that in India we are already seeing a green shoots when it comes to economic recovery. That means if you see in the last compared to June to July or May to June, there is some economic recovery is there in terms of GST collection or boosting of some sales of manufacturers or automobiles like that. That means that's why Modi is telling that we are already seeing green shoots when it comes to economic recovery. In addition to that, he is telling that India remains one of the most open economies in the world. We are laying a red carpet for all global companies to come and establish their presence in India. Very few countries will offer the kind of opportunities India does today. That means last month we have discussed one article regarding SAARC countries, South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation. In that article we have discussed that India is following the Atmanirbhar India, Atmanirbhar Bharat or self-reliant India. That means every country in SAARC region, that is South Asian for Regional Cooperation, they are thinking that India is doing protectionism or protective to that their India only. But now Modi is telling that reality is that India remains one of the most open economies in the world. That means every country can come and invest in India. That means with that India will get more FDI, foreign direct investment. That means with that we can get the more employment and we can get more economic boostage. Very few countries will offer the kind of opportunities India does today. Next one, Sri Lanka, Maldives are now measles free. Here, what is the measles free? What are the symptoms if we get or if we are affected with measles? Fever, rash, inflammation of the upper respiratory tract, the measles virus. Here these are the symptoms if we are affected with measles. Now World Health Organization has declared that Sri Lanka and Maldives are now measles free countries. Here if you see in 2019, in September 2019, member countries of World Health Organization Southeast Asia region set 2023 as a target for elimination of measles and rubella. Countries of World Health Organization Southeast Asia region set a 2023 as a target for elimination of measles and rubella, but Sri Lanka and Maldives get in prior to that target. How we can claim that Sri Lanka and Maldives are now measles free? There is no evidence of endemic transmission of the measles and rubella virus for over 3 years. With that we can say that Sri Lanka and Maldives are now measles free. Apart from these two countries, Sri Lanka and Maldives, Bhutan, North Korea, Timor Leste are the other countries in this region, that is Southeast Asia region, who have eliminated measles. Next one, very important exercise between India and USA and Japan. That is, we call it as a trilateral exercise. The name is known as Malabar exercise. Here, Malabar began as a bilateral naval exercise between India and United States of America in 1992. But in 2015, it expanded into a trilateral form with the inclusion of Japan in 2015. That means now officially Malabar exercise consists of three countries, India, Japan and the US, to participate in the trilateral Malabar naval exercise. But Australia's request for observer status in the trilateral exercise. Australia is frequently requesting to inclusion of this Malabar exercise. Here, for that, India to take call on Australia's inclusion in Malabar. If this Australia has included in this Malabar exercise, major shift for India's Indo-Pacific plans. In a broader perspective, we will see now how many countries are in Malabar exercise if Australia is included in that. There are 4 countries: Australia, India, Japan and America. With that, why they have a group? Why have become they are forming a group? Because of Indo-Pacific China or South China Sea. There is a domination of China. To curtail that domination or to fight against that China, or to control that China dominance in this Indo-Pacific region or Southeast China, these 4 countries should coordinate or should form a exercise. Then only we can successfully, or we can fight against this China throughout this situation. Why? Because last month we have seen that there is a line of actual control issue between India and China. That's why if these group have become a successful, then we can fight against this China dominance in these oceans. Next one, opium seizures. The 4th highest seizure of opium in 2018 after India is the 4th highest seizures of opium in 2018 after Iran, Afghanistan, Pakistan. Who told this one? That is, a report is given by UNODC, that is United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime. If you see in that, in terms of heroin seizure, 1.3 tons, India was at the 12th position in the world. Why we have to know about these opium seizures? Why? Because India is sandwiched between two important or two affected of opium drug addicts, like first one Golden Crescent and second one Golden Triangle. Here the picture is not visible. Here we will call 3 countries as a Golden Crescent. They are Iran, Afghanistan, Pakistan. Now if you see in Golden Triangle, Burma, Thailand, Laos and Vietnam. These are the Golden Triangle and Golden Crescent. Very important for our competitive exams. Here between these two opium or drug addicted countries, India is sandwiched between those 2 countries. With that, Punjab is affected from that, and at the same time West Bengal, Assam and northeastern parts also affected due to that Golden Triangle, and west provinces also affected by this. Punjab is also most affected by this Golden Crescent. That's why opium seizures or opium has to be seized under this United Nations Office on Drugs and Crimes. Next one, which of the pairs given above is correctly matched? Sir, Tej Bahadur Sapru, he is a president All India Liberal Federation. Second one, KC Nyogi, and he is a member of Constitution Assembly. PC Joshi, General Secretary Communist Party of India. Which of the pairs given above is are correctly matched? Options: A 1 only, B 1 and 2 only, C 3 only, D 1 2 3 and only. Here the right option is all pairs are correctly matched. That's why we can put D as the correct option. That means 1 2 3 is the correct option. With this we can conclude our video. Thanks for watching. Like, share and subscribe to my channel. Gear up for Group 1 exam. This is Sunny Sandeep signing out. Take care and bye bye.